Hi, my name is Jodi. Today we are going to be talking about keeping it real. Let's talk obstacles. Um, as many of you know, because I did send an email today, today is my 4th year with Evolution and Archer. If I would have let excuses excuse me, I would not be here today. And many of you would not either because you're all part of this team. Um, Little backstory on me is I started in January of 2020 part-time while working a full-time job. And 6 weeks after starting here, I quit my full-time job. 2 weeks later, COVID shut the world down. So what I tell my agents is, if I can build this business when COVID shut the world down, anybody can do this. So I hear a lot of excuses, and I'm going to address some of them. So number one, the big excuse why people leave: money. I don't have the monthly fee. Now, granted, there are some people who truly don't have that monthly fee, okay? But I bet you many of you do. Cut out Starbucks, cut out a dinner or a lunch out, cut out buying some clothes, cut back on, get rid of Netflix. There are so many ways you can save money and invest in yourself. So when people say, I don't have the money, what are you spending the money on? So do you have the money? To get that money, there are options. You can sell instant commissions. You can go and you can team build. There are ways to make that money. But when people say, I don't have the money for this, no, you don't want it bad enough. That's really what it comes down to. Time. I don't have the time. I work a full-time job. Carve out the time. Carve out the time. You have kids at home. You know when they nap, sit down and work then. Wake up hour earlier. Go work at night once they go to bed. When I first started this, I was working 7 to 1 at a job. I would get home by around 1:30, 1:45, eat lunch, and then at 2:30 every day I was sitting here and working till about 6:30. At that time, I worked about 4 hours a day with this. But I did my mock bookings. I woke up in the morning before I went to work, posted my mock bookings. When I came home, I posted them, and at night before bed, I posted them. Every single day I did. As far as time, everybody has some time. You just have to figure out what your time is. Maybe you only want to do this on the weekends, or maybe you want to do this a couple nights a week. That's fine, but don't say you don't have time. You have to make the time if you want this. And that's really what it is: knowing your why, knowing, do you want this bad enough? Um, maybe you don't need, for me, this is my full-time income. But maybe for you, you just need part-time, maybe book a trip a month, something like that. Or maybe you're just in it for the travel perk. So what I say for me might not work for you, but I'm just telling you some excuses that I've heard from people. Getting clients. I can't get clients. Well, you have to do the work to get the clients. So, I'm a big mock booking person. I really believe mock bookings help. I believe reviews help. Oh, and let me go back to mock bookings. The mock bookings help if you are consistent. If you do a mock booking once every 2, 3, 4 weeks and share it into 2 groups, that's not going to help you. You have to be consistent. The reason why we teach you a certain way to do things is because it works. We know that it works. But as far as getting clients, think outside the box. There are so many other ways. First of all, are you handing out your business cards? I just went to the dry cleaner yesterday, and I put more business cards on the bulletin board. You can hand out business cards when you pay your check at restaurants. My nail salon, gosh, they go every single time I go. I have to put more cards at my nail salon. Spas. Think of different places. Invest in yourself. Maybe it is paying for an ad. Maybe it's a magazine that's local to where you are. It could be a golf club. There could be different things. You have to understand what the return on investment's going to be, though. So if you're going to do an ad for something, you have to make sure that you are getting back. Now, with me, I did not pay for ads in the beginning. I paid $5 on Facebook to boost some mock bookings for 4 days, just so more people could see my posts. But network. There are free networking groups. There are paid networking groups. We talk about this a lot. People are like, is it worth to be part of BNI. That is a networking group that does cost a lot of money. However, the return on investment, if I were to join my, I think mine is $800 for the year. If I were to join mine and book 2 clients for the year, I just made my money back. If I book above that, I've already made my money back. That I was in a networking group that I just had to buy lunch. I'm in another networking group that I just go to happy hours when I want to. So there's all these networking groups that you can look into. Word of mouth, guys. Ask your your friends to not so much say book with me, say, will you refer me? Put on, when I first started, I put on my Facebook personal page that I would give a referral fee of $25 Amazon gift card to anyone who refers me to somebody that books $1,000 or more. Don't do it for flights only. You're not going to really make the money, or rental car. And I would do that. And I got some referrals that way. The reason I did Amazon gift card is because you can email it. It doesn't cost. Visa gift card, it costs a lot of times $5.95 or $6.95 to activate it. Now what I do is I actually, without somebody telling me that they referred, I'm sorry, let me rephrase. If somebody contacts me and they say they were referred by somebody and they book a trip, I send a $10 Starbucks gift card. I used to send a handwritten note with the Starbucks gift card. Now I just send an email from Starbucks, $10 gift card with a little thank you for referring. So think about that. But getting clients, there are so many ways for clients to find you. That's what you have to remember. You have to put yourself out there so clients find you. So business cards, networking, mock bookings. I'm telling you, people, it does work. Ask on your personal Facebook page for people to like and share your business page. It's about building up your page. If I had my page that's been around for 4 years and somebody just started a month ago, people are going to probably gravitate towards me. But that person who started a month ago, if they keep inviting friends and they keep adding things to their page, it will help them out. You got to remember, it is a business opportunity. It does take a little bit of time for clients to find you. But I have to tell you, my first client was 11 days after I started. It was somebody I went to high school with over 30 years ago. I'm friends with her on Facebook, not friends in real life. And she wanted to book a trip for the next month. She happened to see that I was a travel agent. I put it on Facebook and I emailed myself and BCC'd everyone else in my address book to let them know I was a travel agent. So my question is, if you getting clients is an issue, what are you doing to get the clients? How are you marketing yourself? Are you being consistent? That's a big thing. So many times people have said, I can't get a client, and I look at their page and there's no mock booking or mock bookings on there, and they've only shared it one time, and that was 3-4 weeks ago. What are you doing? Okay. This is my favorite excuse. My favorite excuse. My mentor doesn't help me. Okay. That's fine. Are you getting on trainings? We have them 7 days a week. We have nights, we have days, we have weekends. Are you asking questions in our chat? You have a ton of mentors helping you. If you are relying on one person that is not yourself, that's an issue. I did not join because of my mentor. I joined because my mentor allowed me to join because she sponsored me, but she has not helped me past day one. Lovely woman, but has not helped me. If I would have said, I can't do this because she's not helping me, I didn't join for my mentor. I know this sounds rude. I'm sick and tired of hearing people say, I can't get any help because my mentor doesn't help me. Have you asked for help? Have you gone to your gold consultant? Have you gone to your platinum consultant? Have you been on trainings? Have you asked questions in the chat? We are not here to hold your hand. And yes, there are some mentors who are much more active than others. Absolutely. And believe me, we talk to the team builders on our team that this is what you should be doing. But we're still going to have people not helping as much. We've got myself as a platinum, Sam Iorio is a platinum, Erica Andrea is a platinum. One of those legs you are on. If you are not getting the help from your mentor, reach out to your gold, reach out to your platinum. On My Team Horizon, on the first page at the very bottom, it shows the lineage and where you fall, like who the golds are. But please stop blaming you on your mentor. I'm not good with social media. Okay. Learn. Honestly, I had to do social media for my last job. I'm not the greatest at it. My TikToks, I don't know how people watch my TikToks because I don't think I'm good at it. But I still post content. It's getting people to watch. You don't know. It doesn't have to be perfect. Though I do have to say, mock bookings, get your grammar right and have nice looking pictures. But if you're not good at social media, take a class, Google, learn how to do things. Oh my gosh, I Google everything. I Googled how to do a TikTok. We have trainings on things, but don't blame that you're not good at social media. Get better at it. And no, do you need social media for this? No. Will it help you? Yes. It 100% will help you with social media. This is a lot of work. Yeah, I didn't want to do this. It's a lot of work. This is a business opportunity. It is a lot of work. But believe me, as you are in this longer, it's less work. And by less work, I mean, when you first start, you have no clue who to go to book a trip. Now, if I book a trip, I know exactly what vendor I need to go to. It doesn't take me as long to do a quote, but it is a lot of work, but it does get easier as time goes on. You have to remember your why. You have to know the rewards of this. But yes, it's a lot of work. And we don't lie to you. When you start, we're like, this can be overwhelming, 100%. I consider myself smart. I was overwhelmed. My first booking, I didn't really know what I was doing. I jumped on chats or a Q&A, but I made it work. And I asked questions. Make sure you ask the questions. I live in a small town. That's another excuse I get. I live in a small town. Okay. We can book from anywhere to anywhere. So why are you saying the small town? I don't care about your small town. You have a small town an hour and a half from Chicago. Do market yourself around Chicago, around O'Hare. It doesn't matter if you're in a small town. Social media goes to everyone. Okay, so maybe it does hinder you some with handing out business cards, but there are still people in your small town who probably want to book. But you can market yourself anywhere. You can either market for across the country, or you can market for, I like to market myself only through Philadelphia and Newark airports. So you can pick a different airport. You don't have to go right by you. It shouldn't matter if you're in a small town. And the going along with that is, I don't have friends and family to book with. I don't want to book with friends and family. I'm happy without friends and family booking for. I would much rather book for the cold market than for my friends and family. I have more clients who have become friends than friends who have become clients. And I do have to say, I am getting a lot more friends contacting me now, 3-4 years into it, than ever before. But in the very beginning, I was not getting friends. My partner doesn't support me. I don't really have an answer for this because I do feel bad for people who say that. I have a very supportive husband. I did say to him, I said, you'd be supportive no matter where I worked. Even if I worked at Target, you'd be supportive. And he said, no, not Target. You'd spend too much money there. True. But he's very supportive. I don't have advice because that would be like a marriage counselor or something like that, but prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. They might not be supportive. They think this is a scam. Why should you do this? Now, I have to say, my husband said I shouldn't have to pay for a job when I first was thinking about this. And then I said to him, I pay a lot more than the monthly at the time, I pay a lot more in gas money, work clothes. I have a gala once a year I have to dress up for. There were so many other expenses. So I proved him wrong on that. I said, give me a year. Give me a year. If I don't make the money back within a year, I'll quit. So do something like that. Say, hey, before you say you're a naysayer, give me 3 months, give me 6 months. I want to do this. I know I can be good at this. So if you don't have a supportive partner, prove them wrong. Just prove them wrong. And remember your why you want to do this. So what made you join? You always should remember that. When I always say your why, my why is to never work for a boss ever again. What made you join? So when you are having those days where you're like, I can't do this, too many, too much this, too much that. I had this happen at home and I don't have time. Why did you join? If you think you don't have time, set up a schedule for the week, figure out the times you can work. But what made you join? And you always need to remember that. Okay. So I'm curious, and put in the chat, what are some obstacles that you have? Yep. Instant commission training today in 2 hours. Consistency is your problem. Why? So Christina, can you unmute?
Mhm.
Okay. So do you work a full-time job or is this your full-time job?
This is my full-time job.
Okay. So why is consistency a problem?
If I see that something's not working, then I guess I stop.
Okay. So I'll give you the example. Mock bookings. I had a client who
Yes.
contacted me. He said, I followed your page for 3 months to make sure you were legitimate.
Oh, wow.
You're not going to see mock bookings right away. You have to build it up. You
Okay.
have to build a business. But if you give up on that, you're giving up on your business. So if you keep posting those mock bookings, you keep sharing them into groups, you might not see it right away, but people are seeing you. People are seeing you.
Okay.
But if you give up, you're giving up on yourself. So for me, what I have written down, I have every day at the end of the day, I have a notebook. I put my list for the next day, and on the very top, it says 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3 means share in the morning, share in the afternoon, share at night. I'm not going to lie. When I first started, 3 times a day, I would always share into groups every single day. Now I do once, maybe twice. And honestly, I do personally more jobs than I do bookings because I don't need to, because I was consistent. Literally, Christina, all of 2020, I was consistent. And that's how I got all my clients for, not all my clients, I'd say 60% of my clients for 2021.
Okay.
Okay, don't give up.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you for the 4 years. There. Yes, people can afford what they want to afford. Absolutely. That's why I said in the beginning that, you ask the person who says, I can't afford to do this. I'm sure they were at a bar or a restaurant at one time during the month. And guess how much they probably spent? Somewhere between 50 and $100. They can afford it. They can afford it. Like I said, if you have to cut out cable, cut out Netflix, cut out, going out to eat, cut out Starbucks, cut out fast food, all of these things, you can afford it. So if people say they can't afford it, they don't want it. That's the bottom line. They don't want this enough. Yes, teenagers are great to help with social media. Another thing you can do for social media is if you have a university near you, a lot of times people need credit. So you can ask if you can get an intern to help you with social media as well for free. Okay, my obstacle is that people reach out to me a lot on TikTok to plan trips, but when I send them my form, I don't hear from them again. So Brittany, what I would say is follow up with them once, follow up with them, a week later and move on. And move on. Because here's the thing, if they're going to reach out to you and they don't want to fill out your form, they're probably price shopping and they want you to do the work and they'll probably book it on their own. You don't want those type of clients. We didn't know how to read, but we all learned, yes. Okay, my obstacle is seeing friends and some family on Facebook take trips and didn't use me. And I did announce, you're always going to have that. You're always going to have that, honestly. Um, I think people don't realize the value of us until they have an issue on a trip. So what I would suggest, I mean, I do charge a fee. If you don't charge a fee, put on your Facebook personal page. Do you know it doesn't cost to book with me? Why wouldn't you book with me? And you can put a post, but you're always going to have, I have that all the time. And yes, that is 100%, Rachel. Friends and family are not always the best clients. Okay, Heather, perfect. I haven't really had to do many mock bookings because BNI referrals keep me busy. So BNI, for people who don't know, you have to show up weekly. I think you're allowed a couple weeks off. I could be wrong, but you have to get a sub if you're not going. But you have to give referrals, and that means that other people have to give referrals as well in your group. There's only one per industry, so you would be the only travel agent in the industry. I have a very good friend, somebody I know. She's in BNI. She does not refer me because she has one travel agent in her group that she refers. And I understand why. But she literally, anybody posts something, she's like, oh, contact so-and-so, contact so-and-so, she's great. So BNI is definitely, actually, Heather, can you unmute?
Yes,
So how long have you been with BNI?
I've been with BNI since July.
And what is your annual fee?
I want to say, I think with like the application fee and everything, it was around 1100.
Okay, and that's high. They go anywhere from, I feel like, 500 on up. And the application fee the first year, then you don't have to do that the second year. How
Right.
many clients would you say you've gotten from BNI?
I've probably gotten around probably about 15.
Okay, so that $1,100, I'm assuming you have made that back in commissions, or if you haven't yet, you will be once these clients travel, correct?
Yeah, most of them are going on their trips this year.
Okay, so by next July, within a year, that $1,100 you will have made back plus some, correct?
Right. Yep.
That's investing in yourself. And that's why I say, look at that return on investment, guys. BNI is, I mean, honestly, if I needed clients, I would be with BNI. I 100% would. Thanks, Heather.
Yep. You're welcome.
Joe is the best. Yes. Okay, so your obstacle is getting new clients, Sylvia. Are you able to unmute? Yes, no, maybe. Sylvia's still on. All right.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. So what are you doing for clients to find you? For prospective clients to find you?
I post a lot on social media, mainly Instagram, Facebook, and Google Business.
Okay. And you post on your business page, but then share into groups?
Yes.
Okay. Are you in any networking group?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you been doing this?
A bit more than 2 years.
Okay. And so a little more than 2 years, you're still having issues getting clients. Have you thought about something like a BNI or something like that where you can get the referrals?
So, the funny thing, I actually did attend a few BNI events last year, but last year was a really bad year for me because I actually moved like 5 times last year. So like I was completely exhausted. I wasn't able to commit to anything full.
Okay, then my question to you, follow up on that, you moved so many times. When you say getting new clients, have you been consistent with doing your mock bookings daily and sharing into groups daily?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'd have to look at your page to sort of give any insight. I don't always have the answers though. But I would definitely, I mean, if that is your issue, is possibly look into joining a BNI. Okay. Rebecca, getting out of my comfort zone. Are you able to unmute? Rebecca? Maybe not.
She typed in the chat, no mic, sorry.
Okay, all right. Well, the first step is knowing that you have issues getting out of your comfort zone. But literally, you have to be comfortable to let people know. Don't be a secret agent. Let people know that you are a travel agent, and do the postings. I mean, honestly, I'm not a salesperson. Jen Holzhauser and I talk about this all the time. Like, she didn't want to sell. I don't sell. I don't. I mean, I'm not. If you're going to see, I actually am not even one to post in Facebook groups when people are looking for a travel agent. I'm not one to say that. I don't know why. Like, oh, I'm a travel agent. I know it works though. But I'm not a salesperson, but I can market myself and post into groups. So closing the sale. Terry, are you able to unmute?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So number one, do you get them on the phone prior to giving a quote?
No.
There's your issue.
Okay.
100%. So when I first started, I would, somebody would contact me, I'd send them a quote. Now somebody contacts me, they have to fill out my form. And I'm talking family and friends if they contact me too. And then I need to have a phone call. You have no personal connection to that person right now.
Okay.
Okay. Get them on the phone. I usually am talking to them for about 10 minutes, finding out, you know, what type of room you want. Are your passports valid? What airport, like all these things. So even though they fill out my form, I'm going to speak to them on the phone. What dates, budget? Oh, I don't have a budget. What's your max budget? What's your max budget? Oh, here are your dates. 3 weeks in July, you can go anytime. What date can't you go during that time? Oh, well, July 4th, I can't. Okay. Get them on the phone.
Okay.
Tell them I will have a quote to you within 48 to 72 business hours. Send the quote. When I send the quote, I also text them and say, hey, sometimes my emails go to spam. Just so you know, I emailed you. The next day, I don't hear from them. Hey, just checking in. Do you have any feedback? A week later, I email that. Maybe about 3 to 4 days later, I'll email again, and then a week later, and then I give up. But I also do charge a fee. So I know that if they blow me off, I at least have that fee. But get them on the phone and your sales will go up. Okay?
Thank you.
Sure. Not enough time in the day to do it. Tina, can you unmute?
Jody, can I follow up on the previous deal with
Yep.
the phone calls?
Only if you agree with me, Chance.
Well, oh no, yeah, I agree. But so what do you do with the people? I've got 2 clients in particular right now that I'm talking with, but it's all been chat, text, and I'm like, when can we get together and stuff? And they seem reluctant to talk on the phone. I don't want to lose their business.
I've
because
lost
these are-
one client due to that, and they
Okay.
booked on their own. And I said to them afterwards, I
Yeah,
want you to know why I would not work with you, because I am behind a computer and you are behind a computer. I said, you need to trust me. I need to trust you.
right.
And you know what they said? We needed to book really fast, but we'll come back to you
Yeah.
for another trip.
Yeah, this one, she's just, you know, I mean, she's like, apologies, I've been busy with work and everything. I'm like, okay, but we need to talk on the phone.
Yep.
What is best for you?
I come right out and say, I need to have a phone conversation before I can start working on a quote for you. All I need is 10 minutes of your day.
Okay, yeah.
I'm really strict with that, with both filling out the form and that. I just am. I would rather, because I feel that if they're not going to give me that 10 minutes to speak on the phone, I really don't have trust that they're not going to book on their own.
Right. Well, she claims she wants to use me. She just don't want to talk, and I just don't get the reluctance to you know.
I just come right now and say, this is what I need to do. I understand your time's, you know, precious. I just need, even if you say 5 minutes of your time,
Right.
I just need to go over a few things prior to me working on a quote.
Okay. Yeah. So, all right. Thank you. Sorry. I think I cut somebody off.
Oh, that's okay. So Tina, not enough time in the day to do it. Come on, girl.
Well, let me rephrase. I'm driving and texting. I'm not supposed to do that anyway. But like me, and I can kind of touch on everything, but I used to have the, you know, like you said, you know, the excuse. My excuse now is I don't have enough time of the day to do all the quotes I have.
Okay.
Let's
So what
I am
days,
busy.
what days don't you work your other job?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, I will get your quote back to you on Friday. And Friday, you don't like, so Fridays for me, I don't host any trainings. I don't take any phone calls from agents. I don't do anything. Because Fridays are my admin days where I get everything done. Or if you speak to
Okay.
somebody on Tuesday, say, I will have it back to you on Saturday. So you
Okay.
just set the expectation when you will get it back to them. And know, you know what, it might be Friday that you got to work on all these quotes, or Saturday, but if you explain to your client when you can get it to them, they will understand.
Right. And I put that in there, Jody. As you know, I'm not struggling too much this month.
Right.
I'm actually overwhelmed really in this month. And for the ones, can I just say that for the ones that are struggling, I've only been doing this 10 months and I just booked $75,000 so far this month, and I'm not done.
Mhm.
It can happen. We can do it. And I work 2 other jobs, a full-time job and another part-time job. And I do my travel business, and it's a struggle, but you have to try. And my clients, I only have one family member who's ever booked with me.
Mhm.
So
how do
put
you
it
find,
out
how do
there.
your clients find you?
This month has been, one of my clients is really one of my clients at my full-time job. And all the other ones have been word of mouth and reference from the business card.
Nice. Perfect. Perfect.
So,
All right.
but just wanted to, thanks, Jody.
No, thank you. Versus is consistency dealing with depression, anxiety, and health issues. Versa, I think you are what you have gone through in the past couple of years. You know, you can't compare yourself. I know not to let excuses excuse you, but you do have excuses. And sometimes, you know, when I had breast cancer, if I was going through my radiation now and my breast cancer, I'm sure I would not be as consistent. So, yeah, but you know that, and work the days you feel good, you know, and give yourself a chance to when you don't feel good. Priorities. Yep. Your dumpster. What? Tori Tim.
Remember, I had to cancel my dumpster and then that
Oh,
paid.
right. Wait, that's true. Okay. Tell them that. Tell them that.
So we have 4 kids and money doesn't come by super easily. And so to come up with the money for, well, mine is the $69.99, but to come up with that money, I canceled my dumpster because my dumpster was $70 a month.
Yep. And just so people who were new, she's grandfathered in because she was here before December 1st at the 69, but it's $89.99. So yeah, she canceled her dumpster. I mean, I would have canceled my dumpster had I had one. So, all right. Rebecca, if you're struggling with consistency, I highly recommend listening to her building habits training, or re-listen to Atomic Habit Finding Time. And building consistency starts with changing our habits. 100%. 100% it changes. It's with habits. And honestly, like, so one of my habits is writing my list at the end of the day. And if I don't write my list at the end of the day, I feel lost. I have to write my list, and I have to prioritize what Chance is saying, prioritize. I have to prioritize what I need to get done each day. So like today, I have a huge list, but I have 2 things I 100% have to do. I can get the rest of the stuff done tomorrow, but I know these 2 things I have to do today.
I think just to add on to that, we don't realize what habits we are doing, but it's becoming self-aware of what you are doing and figuring out how to change it so that you can put other things in there. I mean, I know doing that habits training has reminded me of what I really need to be doing instead of some of my time wasters. So.
Yep. I'm going to call out Rachel Brown right now. And I'm going to say, well, she says never chase as far as clients, but here's, I had a couple goals meetings with some agents for the new year. And what was your issue with booking? Do you remember what you told me?
I'm afraid of messing up.
Yep. And I asked her, okay, how many trips have you booked? How many mistakes have you made?
None.
So you have to get out of your own head. Rachel, for people who don't know, pretty much knows everything. She is a wealth of knowledge, but she struggles with clients. And I'm like, you're struggling because of you. You're not struggling because of clients. You're struggling because of you.
Yes.
And
for
you have
sure.
to get out of your own head. So sorry, just had to,
No, that's okay.
but that's it. And I think a lot of people are afraid of making a mistake. Well, that's why you go and walk through your first booking with your mentor. If your mentor is not available, you contact your gold. We are happy to get on a Zoom with you. We want to see you succeed. 100%. We want to make sure you book it correctly. If you have a quote, jump on a Q&A. That's what they're there for. Brittany said, you can also find social media interns on Fiverr too. Oh, that's good to know. I have acquaintances that ask me for quotes on cruises or hotels. When I provide the quotes, they don't book with me, and I've done these requests twice already. How do I handle them next time? Charge $25. Charge a fee. I charge people I know fees. Or come right out and say, I mean, I may have ended a friendship, but it wasn't a great friendship to begin with because this person kept asking me for quotes. And then I gave her a quote. Somebody else was going to Punta Cana. It was a group that I booked. No, it wasn't. I forget where I booked them. Oh, Florida. And then I see her in a picture. And I texted her. Oh, no, I didn't say anything, but I gave her the quote for that. She booked it on her own. She comes back to me 2 months after that and says, can you give me a quote for this? And I said, well, are you going to book with me or are you going to book it on your own? And she's like, I've been going through a lot and blah, 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 blah. And she gave me all these excuses. I don't care. I did all that work and she went and booked on her own. So sometimes you got to be blunt too. So if they come back and say, I would say, are you going to book with me or charge a fee?
How do you charge them the fee though?
So I do have charging fees, videos on Team Horizon's website under Beyond the Basics. But what I do is I send them a credit card authorization form. I use Travify. I send it from there. I put non-refundable professional services fee. When they send that back, I will charge it on Square. You also can send a link right from Square to them for them to fill out. And once they pay that fee, that's when I will work with them.
Okay, thank you. And you said you had it where on Arise?
You're on Team Horizon, right? Or no?
I'm not sure. I'm with Team Tingle.
Oh, you are not on Team Horizon. You can look on my YouTube channel. I can put my YouTube in soon. Put my YouTube in. Unless somebody else can get my YouTube channel for me. I'll put it in the chat, but we do have charging fees on there.
Thanks, Jodi.
Sure. Yep. All right, Marissa, thank you. So BNI, yep, thank you. My obstacle is being afraid to ask for help. I'm getting better. I currently am unsure of what to look for in the Facebook groups to join and post. So have you watched any of my mock booking videos, Denise?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And Denise, who's your mentor?
Tamalia, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, first of all, you shouldn't be afraid to ask for help. We have Rising Tide Facebook page that you can ask for help. Most teams have their own chats to ask for help. I was afraid too. I didn't talk much in the first 3 months. But you got to get over that because we all help each other. I mean, I just said today on a call with just my team that, this is 4 years that I've been doing this today. And I am so proud of how our team helps one another and wants each other to succeed. Where I've been in businesses where all people wanted to do is they wanted to succeed themselves and they didn't care about the other people. So there are so many people in this organization, Denise, that want to see everybody succeed. And if you ask for help, you're more. So let me put it this way. I have agents that contact me at 10 at night. I need help with the booking right now. I've never seen them on a chat or ask a question or talk in a chat. I've never seen them on any of my trainings or other trainings. I'm not helping them. I have Tori Tim who contacts me at 10 at night. She's on every training. She is constantly in the chats. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry to bother you at 10 at night, but I really need help. I'm helping her. Does that make sense?
Yes. No, a lot of times I can't get to the trainings because we only have one vehicle right now and I'm getting everybody to work in school.
Can you
So a
put it
lot of
on in
times,
your car? I have plenty of people who have it on in the car while they're driving their kids.
no, I can't. There's no spot for me to safely put my phone in that. And
So remember,
besides,
you don't have to watch the trainings. You can listen to the trainings though.
yeah, my husband's not very good at letting me listen to
Okay,
anything.
gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, always interrupting me. That's why I have noise canceling headphones. So that way when I do,
Yeah.
I watch a lot of the recordings, or if I'm watching a live, I'm always getting interrupted by somebody.
And then
So
as far as what to look for in Facebook groups, you're looking which ones to join?
yeah, like I want to be able to do the mock bookings and put them in, but I tried to join some, but then I'm thinking I feel like I'm missing something.
Okay, so you want to join wedding groups, moms groups. You want to join yard sales, garage sales, community bulletin boards, Craigslist. They're all different ones. So for me, I will look around Philadelphia within 60 miles. And I'm like, okay, Montgomery County, let me see if Montgomery County has this, or King of Prussia has this. So get to know your towns, your counties, and start looking. A lot of
Yeah,
them
actually,
do have
we're
rules.
kind of the same area. I go out of Philadelphia Airport too. I'm up in.
Well, then don't join any of my groups.
Yeah, that's also another thing. I'm afraid of joining some groups because
No, don't be, because I'm telling you, there are so many travel agents out there. And I mean, I can tell you, Natasha at Mad Hatters gets a lot of people. But there are still people who are going to be interested in you. Your
Okay.
ad might speak to them. So just remember that. Don't worry about other people.
Yeah, because Tamalia's also she's not that far away from me either. In fact, we went to school together.
Okay. Yeah, no,
So
I mean,
I
we're
know.
always going to have people right by us. There are so many travel agents, but that doesn't mean that you should stop yourself from doing it. Okay.
Okay, thank you. You're
Sure.
wonderful. I love watching your stuff.
Thank you. Heather, perfectionism. Oh my God, I get this. I always second guess my quotes like there's a better option somewhere. So I spend too much time researching. Yes, yes, yes. I'm right there with you. So what I do almost all my quotes with FunJet, but what I will do is I will check Vacation Express, Pleasant Holidays as well. What I also check is regular Expedia, because if regular Expedia is much cheaper, then I might want to do a price match, which I did do for somebody last week. I rarely do price matches though, because almost, I would say 90% of the time Vax is cheaper than Expedia, and it offers cancel for any reason travel protection. What I have started doing is, now I know this isn't as far as perfectionism, but if I'm like, okay, I have this quote to do, I will set my alarm for 45 minutes. I will not look at any Facebook, at any chat, at anything, and I will get that quote done. And I know that here's the thing, most clients are not they're coming to you because they don't want to look at all different things. So if a client comes back to you and says, I found it cheaper on Expedia, then you could say, oh, let me look into that and make sure. And when you look at Expedia, you have to make sure that what they're looking at is main cabin, not basic economy. It's nonstop flights. It's whatever it might be. And you're comparing apples to apples. So try and limit your time. Try and limit your time with how much research you'll do. In the very beginning, you're going to do more research. I think the longest I've taken for a quote has been an hour and a half because I want it to look so perfect. But I try and do it within 30 to 45 minutes. Oh, perfect. Carolyn, once I open my mouth to friends and family, I've gotten 3 quotes within 2 weeks. Yep. Let people know. Yep. So Rachel said, reach out to your Chamber of Commerce in your town. Sometimes there's also some networking things that you can do virtual as well. Check into that. Oh, that's what Rachel said. Rachel says whatever I say, or vice versa. Stephanie asked how much I'm making per year. I don't say how much I make, but last year I made 6 figures. The year before I made 6 figures, and I'm going to make 6 figures again this year. Oh, Tina's booked 75,000 this month. I thought she said 25,000. Nice. Karen, I don't know what team you're on. Are you on Team Horizon? Because it is a Team Horizon training. Oh, Ashley canceled her trash service. Okay. Absolutely. Confidence. Try to tell people they know more than they think they know. Absolutely. And if you wait until you think you're ready, that day will never come. Guys, I still get nervous with things. I still get nervous. Okay. Oh, thank you for putting in my YouTube. Oh, Sam. I battle with depression and anxiety. I've recently taken steps to help with this. However, I think I have a subconscious fear of success. Every time I've succeeded in the past, it gets taken from me. Yo, Sam Gibson, you know you have the support of Team Horizon. You know that. Yeah, so you have to get out of your own head as well. But you always have us. Okay, the groups help. Gotten 2 bookings for moms groups. Yep. And yep, plenty of business to go around. Lack of consistency, lack of support from spouse. Again, I can't help with that, but I'm telling you, you know who's my biggest supporter is my husband. And now you know why he definitely is, because I take him on all these trips. Not all of them. He doesn't go to all of them. Any advice for being a vendor at an event? No, I've never had to be a vendor. What I will say is if you're going to be a vendor, make sure you find out how many other travel agents are there, because you don't want to be one of like 10. And my advice is put candy on your table, because I know if I were there, I go where the candy is. Just saying. And then once they get there from the candy, you can start talking to them. Also, what I would suggest as a vendor is have something where they have to put in their name and their email address. I know some people do it via an iPad. Others just put out a piece of paper, and then you get them on a mailing list. Oh, thank you, Ashley. Oh, very cool for Live Aqua. That's one of my favorites. Obstacles, perfectionism, and consistency. Okay. Let's see if I'm. Jen, read what Karen wrote. Okay, I have a fear of being pushy. We found an Amazon package in the middle of the road. It was for an address. I looked the girl up and we delivered. She tried to pay us and told her that wasn't necessary, but if you ever need a travel agent, please keep me in mind. Oh gosh, I think that's totally fine. You're not pushy. Pushy would be that you hound her and you keep contacting her about it. But yeah, no, I don't think that is. I think that's networking. That's telling people about yourself. So, all right. Where do I find these event opportunities? Are you talking about networking, Janet? Or are you talking about like vendor
events?
So basically, you can look at, oh God, I don't even know how. I've gotten emails on some events. You can check with your chamber. You can check with your town, things like that, if anything's coming up. So you can also put a Facebook post on your personal page and say, I want to work, a vendor event. Does anybody have any that they know of? But bridal expos, look into bridal expos are a great thing. And you can just search around you.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yes, that's right. There is a training on my YouTube. Okay. And community Facebook pages usually advertise vendor events. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Like I said, first of all, the fact that you're on this call means something. And hopefully you are not the people who are letting excuses excuse you. But maybe you have agents who have this issue or whatever it might be. But again, this is not your mentor's issue. This is you. Don't blame your success or failures on your mentor. See what you are doing. Make sure you are consistent. Make sure you think outside the box. Sierra St. Arnold, I learned something from her today. She has a fee, which I absolutely love, which is a price matching fee. So if somebody comes to her, they pay her a fee. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's $25. I'm not sure. To price match. She was able to save somebody $1,000 on their what they are looking to book, because she said, I can price match apples to apples, and then I can see what I can get you. So that's thinking outside the box. Think outside the box as far as, you know, how to market yourself, even personal referrals, things like that. I know a lot of people will put their business cards in luggage at, you know, a Walmart or a Kohl's or something like that. Think outside the box. But you need to get out of your own head. You need to not have excuses. Yes, we all have busy lives, but make the time for this. But again, remember your why. And like Tori, get rid of your dumpster if you have a dumpster. Save the money there. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for joining me.